Shipment number 2 from Mikolo just arrived. So now we're gonna do a step-by-step process of how to put together the new M4 2.0 version of their Smith machine. We have the Elite package, so we're gonna show y'all how to do a complete install of the machine. So let's get started. Mikolo.
What? They sent this too?
Is it a lap pull-on bar?
Yeah.
Nice.
Shit.
Hey, you're so spoiled, newborn. Before you take a bunch of plastic off, all of the letters are on them.
So that means that we.
I would not just rip them all off, or we're not gonna know what goes what.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. They sent a bunch of accessories. Instructions. Yeah, that's for you.
This is my favorite part. This is listen up, class. I'm about to teach you some things. I've got my new best friend here. So I'm gonna go through step 1 with y'all and kind of show you how it shows on the instructions, and then also while doing it, because sometimes the instructions are hard because you're looking at a photo. So this video is gonna be basically showing y'all in real time how to install it and put it together. All right, so first things first, you want to open up every single box, but don't take them out of the wrappers yet because they have numbers and labels on them. So you can kind of guess as far as, like, obviously these go together because they look alike, and you can kind of pair up other ones that go together based on how they look. And then we have another box of the hardware stuff and accessories over there. So we kind of kept those together for now. And now we're just kind of going and checking our parts list that we have in our instructions, as well as all the parts. That way we can inventory anything that might be missing or damaged while it was in the shipping process. So you have basically 2 pages of parts, first one, second one. That way, in the fact that you don't have a sticker on it and you're not sure what it is, you can come back and kind of look at it and try to match it up with the photo. And then here's a breakdown of your hardware list as well. Okay, so we are on step 1. You're gonna grab both A2 pieces. So that would be these guys that have all of these holes in them, and they have the numbers on the insides of them. And then you're gonna grab the adjustable trolleys. So B8 and B9, those are in box 4. And these A2 ones are the same thing. So once you have those pulled aside, then you're gonna put the trolleys onto the poles.
Magic wheel.
Oh, babe, it's your color.
Nice.
Nice. The numbers, obviously you want 33 at the top. Do it on 1 on the bottom.
Yep.
And these are gonna go up and over. And the handles go on the inside like this. That way you can see what number they're going into from the inside. See where they lock in with your numbers?
There you go. Nice.
There you have it. There you go.
Alright, watch your flanges.
7, that's that one that has a slant. And these little guys, which are E4, are gonna sit on both sides like this.
And it's just
And then
sandwich it?
this one is gonna go in the middle, and we're gonna sandwich it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Washi and a nut. Oh man, it's already looking like a machine.
Okay. Now these ones are gonna go in the front. These also have a washer on this side so that they don't go into that hole.
Oh, I can go up.
Scary. Yeah, let me zoom forward to the next step and see if, okay, let's put this top one on so that they stay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be a lot of help.
Okay, so we're gonna skip ahead to step 3 so that we can have these kind of self-hold themselves. Okay, A9, and then this goes in the front. We're gonna need a step stool.
It's 1 in the. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
You got it? You got it?
Yeah,
Okay, let me put a thingy in. Going from the outside in. I'm about to use the Mikolo bench. Do you want me to try to attach the one that goes here to here?
Yeah, that would be the best.
Okay, so let me get that one in. Storage shelf, B1.
We definitely need at least 3 people.
I mean, 3 people would definitely be more helpful for sure. So these are gonna go through here.
I'm gonna put it against the wall that way.
Okay. So that's flush.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way you know where you're gonna be at.
Okay, this one's in. I think A10 is that middle piece. Okay, so those go at the top. I gotta put all that back on first.
Which one?
I gotta put this on so I can put that on.
Well, let me go over there and I can hold that up. I got this.
You got that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Pick that one up and then I can hold it up.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
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 Nothing like that.
Goes like this.
Okay.
A10, we need E7 plates, connecting piece. So E7 goes on the outside, so these are the longer ones. So you're gonna hold that on the inside.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna get one of these started. Like everything is leaning.
No, lean on.
Whoa! A little better. Well, it can't go anymore. We gotta put the front pull-up bar on now.
Okay.
That's this big trouble.
Before
You open
it,
the grips go towards the front, and then we use E5 on the ends. Front hole is lined up there.
Yep.
And then we have E5 plates. Those are gonna go on the outsides.
Okay.
Nuts.
That's okay.
And bolts.
Okay.
Good?
I believe
Maybe.
so.
Ready?
Nice touch, baby. Nice touch.
Thank you. Kobe. So this is where we're at currently. We are now at step 5, but I kind of want to give you all a close-up since it's kind of hard to see when we're putting it together. So make sure you've got washers on these sides as well for your bolts. And then you've got this set for your pull-up bar. You're gonna use the first 2 holes for your pull-up bar on both sides. So make sure you've got those in the right holes, and you're using the connecting plates on this outside. So these ones are the E5, and then the E7s were back here. They're the longer ones. Make sure you're using those. Again, washers on both sides for these ones as well. Hardware is going from the outside in. Same over here, outside in. And we're not tightening anything yet. We will get to that point, but that is where we're currently at. Now we're gonna head on to step 5, putting our storage pins and storage sleeves on the sides. So we got D1 and F9. Alrighty, so you've got your D1, which is the steel one, and then your plastic one. There's a threaded end and a non-threaded end. The threaded end is going to be facing towards the machine. The plastic one's going to go over top like this. So without the sleeve on, you can hold this steady, and then we're going to tighten this side so it's really nice and snug. You can put your sleeve back on. You're going to use your Allen 4mm. Stick this on here. You can get this Allen started, and then we're just going to tighten it. All right, 1 down, 2 more to go. Okay, so in the instructions, it does not show that you need a washer on the bottom one. I'm not sure why. They must have a reason why, but it even says in the numbers 4. So you don't use one on the bottom one. So I have no washer on this one. I just want to make a note of that because that's kind of a small detail that I had noticed, and I don't know if others would notice, so I wanted to share that. And now repeat on the other side. Okay, so to answer the whole question as to why the bottom one does not have a washer in step 5. Onto step 6, we're using C7 and 8. 8 is going to be the right side of the machine. So we're on the right side. The curved side, flat side, curved is gonna go towards the bottom. And the reason you don't have a washer is so that it fits inside of this hole. So that is why. So we're gonna put this over top. Our hardware, again, has a washer on it. We're gonna feed it in from the outside, coming in. I have a washer here. And our nut. Okay. And then these ones we can go ahead and tighten down since there's nothing else gonna be on this side that we're gonna have to move around. So now we're on to step 7. The pieces are A3 and A4, so it's gonna be these ones that are the really long, and then they have this little, they jut out on the end here. So I have the pulley already set up in there, because I was test fitting a couple things. And so you've got your pulleys that are going in there, those are E10s, and then you're gonna have 2 spacer sleeves that are F10s. These little guys. Now it's hard to see in the drawing, but see how it has a flare on that one side? You're gonna have 2 pieces. So the flares go towards the outside and the smaller ones go in. So it's gonna sit in the bottom here like that. Kind of like a shock bushing. So that's gonna sit in there. And then you have your hardware go through the middle to keep that pulley basically centered inside there. All right, so once you have your big main piece, A3, that's on the right side here, you're gonna use your little triangle pieces. Now this is what's kind of important. Before you can put these on, you need to put your pulley inside of here. So you're gonna stick your pulley inside. You're gonna have your spacers with the flared ends on the outside. So these are gonna go on together and meet in the middle here. Inside on both sides. And now you can put your connecting triangle piece on. And this middle one that's in here, that's the one that's going to feed through the spacers and the pulley. That way it sits center. Your connector on that one. Once you have that middle one in, then it's kind of just like how you did on the back there. Stick it through and put your washer nut on the other side. So it's going to be the same principle up top, and then don't forget your plate on the other side. Alright, so once you get your plate there, then you can start putting your other bolts in. Alright, so now we're going to use A5. Make sure you have the slanted side towards the back, and then the 2 eyelet hooks facing forward and up, and then you're going to use an E6 connector plate, which is this little guy. Put washers on your hardware, and then these are going to go through the back here. There we go. Hold. Perfect. In this step, this is actually the next step, which is why I didn't catch it at first. This middle one that we just put on, instead of putting a nut here, we're gonna put C1, and it's threaded, so this is what's gonna actually go on this side. Okay. And we'll just tighten that down when we go through and tighten everything else. Okay. So now we're gonna install the 11 total of the catches. So these are D10s. We're gonna fit through here. Similar to what we did on the back. We're gonna take the short ones, which are the 20, and then we're gonna tighten them as we go. And these are the catches, so these can go ahead and be tightened, and then you repeat that 10 more times, and then you can go through and just tighten them all.
I'm gonna go like 10 times.
Good.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're officially halfway through. Now we're on step 10. Okay, so if your machine is the elite version and it comes with the weight plate system, go ahead and skip over this part to this timestamp and then come back to this timestamp to kind of have that process of how to install these bars with that system instead of this system with the springs for the plate loading system. So we're going to put together our weight holders. So we have these two long guide rods. These are the G5 parts that are going to be fed into B5, which is your weight holder. You want to make sure that the two holes and the thread one is facing up. And I'm going to show y'all how to kind of put these all together with the springs before we do everything else. So the hole through the ceiling. There we go. Alright. There. Alright. So again, we have these tops over here. This is the bottom down here. So on our diagram, we have a little blow up version of it so that y'all can kind of see how they go on. You got these big old washers. These are the E3s. So we're going to feed those on both sides first. And you're going to have F6, which are your cute little springs. Both springs are going to go on there now. And then we're going to have our other washers go on. And then at the bottom here, you're going to have your F4s. These are also in a pack with the F3s. So there's 4 of these, so that's how you know that you can tell them apart. The other ones are a little bit smaller, and there's only 2 of those. So you're going to take the ones that are the 4s, and then we're going to put the little side, I guess they're pretty much the same on both sides. We're going to feed those right here on the bottom. Alright, so now you have all your springs on. Now we're going to try to put this in over here where those holes are, and then we can build up from there. Alright, so we're also going to put our little guide on, because once we have this in, it's not going to be able to be moved out. So we're going to shove this on too before we put it in our holes. You got that one?
Yeah, so bring them down.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
So you gotta keep coming.
So good?
Yep.
Alright, this is going to come down now. Top ones are going to be the 35 long ones. No washers needed on these. Use the 70 long ones. This is going to feed through here. Washers on the bolts as well as with the nuts. And we can go ahead and take these right now because this isn't like a structural thing that we can have, we'll have to like move around and stuff. And then you have your top eyelet as well. Okay, so we had already installed the system that it already comes with. You have 2 options with the Elite system. You have the weight stack plate system, or you also have like these where you can just put like the round plates on and have those be your counterweights. Because this is the Elite one, we have that stacking where you can change the pin for the different weights. So I'm going to show y'all right now how you can actually upgrade to that system. If you have this one and you opted for the new one instead, this is how you would do that. And then on the other side, you can just put it on at this stage rather than putting it all together and then taking it off. But we wanted to show y'all how to do the one that came with it first, and then come back later and then show y'all the completed look with the stacks as well. So this is the completed look if you don't have the stacks. Now we're gonna put the stacks on. You want to start first with the bottom pieces. So there's gonna be 11 total. You'll notice too that these have like the plastic cutouts that are flush. Those are gonna face up. Also keep in mind that you wanna keep your springs down here on the bottom, so don't take those off. And we're gonna just start feeding a whole bunch of weights on. And all the way down. It might honestly be easier to do one at a time because you kind of have to line up those holes. So I mean, if you can knock them out two at a time, would be my guess. And they have pinholes in the front and the back, so you don't have to worry if it's right, like front or backwards. Last one. Now the top one. This one that has these little pegs in it, they're gonna face up. Now once we have that in, basically put this like back up. That way we don't have to worry about it having all this tension right here. So we're gonna grab our little topper, feed these back in here, and then we can put them back in here. Ooh. Alright, so now this is kind of where it starts to be important. So on your middle bar, you have a threaded side and a non-threaded side. The non-threaded side is going to be the bottom. So the threaded side is going to be facing up. And you've got one single bolt, nut, and washer that's going to be fed in from the outside. So this top hole right here, it's hard to tell on the video, this top hole is smaller than the rest of them, and that top hole is the one that will be in line with this hole right here. So you're going to put this bar down through, throw this on top, and now our bolt is going to go through all of them. Washer and nut on. Our bumpers back on. So on your old one that you took off, you also want to remove the pulley holder that was on top because we're going to reuse that. So that's going to go on here now. And then we can take our clips off this one. Okay. And don't forget your jam nut. Now, when we put our pulley back on, we want to make sure that all of our cables are still in the spots that they need to be. So we want to make sure all our cables are still routed and they didn't slip out of place anywhere. So I'm going to check on this other side really quick. Okay. Yep, all those are still good. Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, so now is the satisfying part because now we have to put all of our cute new stickers on. I'm going to start obviously at the top, but either way, we're going to start here. Each one is 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. So we're just going to kind of work our way down. They give you a whole lot more because you can always add in more plates later. So I'm just going to start at the top and then go down. And then we'll save these other ones if we ever upgrade to more plates at a future time. A center hole to line up. Beautiful. Get all these straight. 11, you're going to take your big, long, heavy pole, that's D10. Make sure the threaded side is facing up. You have the right sequence of how these are going to go on. So C10, this is your Smith bar sliding piece. We're going to slide this one on first. So now you're going to do your E2 washer. You're going to have your spring, feed another washer. Our latch. And then your E3 shock pads in there. You can do a double check too, making sure that these are the side that lock in on these pegs. And of course you want your little, alright, so now we got our Smith bar set up, which is C9, and it's like the whole bar. And then C10 we have going in here. So this is going to be on the inside, this one's on the outside. We're gonna use some 25s. Okay. All right, so for step 13, I'm gonna split it up into 2 parts because we have lower pulleys and then upper pulleys as well. And so to kind of get them not confused with the hardware and everything, we're gonna do the lower ones first. So you're going to grab a pulley, which is E10. It's gonna go into the center here. So we're gonna kind of feed it in there. And then you're gonna take a M10 by 45 bolts. Make sure you don't get these mixed up because it's easy to get the hardware all mixed up. Take your 45, put your washer on it. It's gonna be fed in through the outside going in. Put your washer and nut on this back side. And then that's all it takes on the bottom. The top gets a little bit more in depth though. So with these top pulleys, I'm gonna start at the front and then work our way back. Another pulley up here. We're gonna put our hardware in from the outside. Again, going in, nut and washer. Alrighty. And then moving back. And these are also where you're going to use those spacers. So you've got your hardware, washer, spacer, going in through the outside to hold that pulley in place. And then on the back side, you got your other side of your spacer, keep it level, and then a washer and a nut. All right, now we're gonna move to the middle. These are gonna be the same setup. You have your little hooks that are over here. Make sure they're orientated to the inside. Again, hardware going in from the outer side, coming in. Last pulley, we're gonna go down here. Now these can be tricky, so make sure you have the right hardware going in the right spot because some are different lengths. So just double check that before you put them all in. All right, so now we're to the point where cables are gonna start going in. So let's tighten everything down. Everything tightened down. Make sure your little guys up here are facing up. So you're just gonna take that screw out so you can get this off. It's gonna go in this second hole right here. So we're gonna put this on this side from the outside. Start our bolt. And I'm not gonna tighten this one down quite yet because I kind of want to have some play in it. Down, up, through here, go underneath here. So from here, we're gonna go up through this hole. Make sure it's underneath your keepers. So these little plastic guys up here. Gonna come down through here. Okay, through up here. And then it's gonna go all the way to the top up here. Now with this one, down through here on the back side. And then through the middle. So I'm gonna pull some tension here so that we can get it through in the middle here. All right, so you got your little end. So you go through here. This is where your screw's gonna now go in. Tighten this back now. All right, there you go. Got your hook. Oh, yeah. It's up against the pulley. So, boop. All right, now we're putting on the plate. You've got some screw holes that are in here where the hardware is gonna go. And here we are. Okay, you gotta feed in this side first because this plate kind of started inside here. We're gonna probably use about these 2 holes. So for the leg bars, it's gonna kind of come right around the holes, and then you're gonna kind of push up against it and push down. You wanna take it off, pull back on the little pull tab, pick up on it, and pull out. So if you wanna, like, say, have it up here, same process, kind of put next to it, push in, go down, it locks it in. Pull back, push up and out. So these are the C4 band pegs. We're gonna put this one through here. And then on the other side you have a latch. So you're gonna open the latch up like this, drop it through the hole like that, and then just like snap it down. So hole. C2, which is the safety bar that's going on this side right above the knee pads. So it's just gonna kind of like go up one. Okay, so that's just kind of how it feeds in. Super simple. You can raise, lower. Obviously you'd probably want your safety bars lower depending on what you're doing, but as you can tell, you can always just pull this off and then lower these down. Very easy for whatever height you want them to be at. So very super simple. Change them all around to the configuration you want. Makes it easy. And then this can go above, below, whatever, depending on what you're working out. Ta-da! So same principle with your hook. The C channel is going to be facing the inside. Feed it in, drop it down, and it's adjustable to whatever height you want it to be. And then over here on the other side, since we got a lot going on over there, we got our landmine attachment. So same principle, it's just gonna go through this first hole and then have a latch on the back side and attach. And one nice thing is, like, you can take this and you can put it in any of the other holes based on the configuration and layout of your home gym as well. So, and that's your final look. So we got our plates loaded over here on the plate holders. We got our bands up on the storage racks in the back here. You can also utilize these for your safety bars and J-hook storage bars to storage back there. And there you go. That's our final Smith machine setup.